Yeah guys, if you're looking for the what I think most beautiful smart bird feeder with camera and the easiest to set up in 2025, then I have probably the right bird feeder for you. And so like that, this could also be the perfect gift for anybody who is not very tech savvy or so. I mean, you don't want to give a bird feeder which is very complicated to set up to a person and then they can't use it. So that's much better here because we have a dedicated transmitter here built into this package, so we can just connect it wired to a router. We don't have to use complicated Wi-Fi setup or so. Definitely supposed to be the easiest setup possible, but let's see how this really works. By the way, I have to admit that I got it for free from the seller, but it's still my honest opinion. I would never claim something which is not true. And by the way, it's also the second edition of this device. I had already the first one and I was definitely a little bit struggling with the Wi-Fi connection. So I think it was a very wise decision to add their own Wi-Fi router to avoid pretty much any possible problems. So let's take it out here. Yeah, I think regarding the design, nothing has changed. Still the same. Absolutely awesome, super beautiful acrylic design. And so of course we have to take this here out, and so we get really all the accessories, everything what we need. Here's the Wi-Fi router which we get, charging cable, even Ethernet cable, even power supply, instructions manual, mounting material, and of course even the solar panel with a very long cable and a standard USB-C plug. Very important, so we can use this panel also for other devices or use another panel for this device if you want. Yeah, here we have this really nice, beautiful, well-built and also rather large solar panel. That's good. So that could fit also for an area where we don't have a lot of sunshine. Maybe just one small disadvantage here regarding this design, because of course they didn't want it to compromise this very beautiful design. They didn't integrate the solar panel here, so we get an additional mount which we have to use here, but that gives also the possibility to mount this far away from the bird feeder where we have much more sun. And so we have everything here, and so for me the most important test for such devices is always to try the assembly without the instructions manual to see how easy or how difficult or how intuitive this is, because a lot of people, they just want to take it out of the box and then put it together without reading the instructions manual. So we want to see if nothing can go wrong. So the good thing is we don't have a lot of parts. So maybe let's start with this part here, which is pretty obvious where it fits. So I think it just fits here inside, for sure aligned with the opening for the USB cable in the back. So we have to lift it up here a little bit, push it to the back, and this leaves a nice opening for the bird feeder perch. And since I don't see any screws, I just push it here inside. Yeah, I think we have to push it fully into the back. And so let's slide in the bird feeder perch. Yes, a nice fit, nice hold. So in case we need to take it out, clean it, we can just pull it out again. That's very convenient. And then we have the roof. And here I see some openings. And so my assumption is that we have to align it here. Also on the other side. Yeah, I think we can push it here a little bit to the front to secure it. Now you can see roof secured. And here we have the solid metal bracket. Underneath we have even this opening if you want to mount it on a post, even an opening for a screw if you need, but most people will probably just attach it to a wall fence tree with screws in these two areas, and after it's mounted we can put the bird feeder on top and then secure it with the screws from underneath with these 4 screws here. Solar panel is a standard installation with this 1/4-inch tripod mount, so you can use any standard 1/4-inch tripod mount if you like. If you want to use this one here, you have to remove the screw, then secure the base also to a wall tree fence whatsoever, and then align this here and secure the whole thing here onto the base. And now as long as it's loose, we can adjust it in pretty much any direction. And after we have found the perfect angle for optimal solar radiation, we can secure it here. Make sure that this thing is pulled to the back so we can nicely screw the solar panel here on top with a couple of rotations. And then we need to prepare the Wi-Fi transmitter using the USB-A to USB-C power cable. We can use this power brick or any other USB power source. And then we hook up the Ethernet cable here. And then we connect it to power and the Ethernet cable to the router. Make sure that the distance is not too far from where you want to place the bird feeder. The signal transmitter doesn't have an on-off button. So after connecting to power, it starts automatically. Now the only thing what we need here actually from this instructions manual is the QR code for the app, or just go to the Google Play Store or Apple App Store and search for the Vakiav app. And so I've downloaded and opened the app and opened a free account. Just took me 1 minute. Now we have to prepare the camera here, removing the sticker. On the side we have the on-off, so we have to slide this up here. And so after turning on, we hear this bird beeping. I put this a little bit away, otherwise I can't continue with the video, it's so loud. So I'm clicking on Add Device. And here in the instructions it says VK-G1 Pro. And so I'm clicking here, give the authorization, click on Next. Nice instructions here. Yeah, now we have to scan the QR code, which is on the side of the camera. Yeah, now we heard this sound and now the painful bird beeping has stopped. Connection is good, so we click on Next. Everything seems to be great, even battery already fully charged. Enjoy the viewing. And so now we can even place the camera here inside. No screws needed, super easy. And so after removing this lid here, we have access to the USB port. Yeah, pointing here the camera towards the box. And let's see if we can get a live view. Yeah, we have it already. Can also make it full screen. And so the installation outside was super easy, exactly as expected. And it looks absolutely awesome, super modern design, but it fits still perfectly for this area. Yeah, so for the positive aspects, but of course we also have some negative stuff. Let's start here on the first page. This overview is absolutely awesome, but it hasn't changed since the first day. I don't know why. Absolutely no idea what's wrong here. Maybe I have to delete everything till I get new footage. Maybe let's try that right away here. So I'm deleting here really everything. So I think I have removed everything now. Let's see if something comes back because I have some food there. Also the live view. Now we see the bird feeder, but two things. When I click on identify, especially when there's a squirrel, it has never identified anything. Maybe if the squirrel would sit for a long time straight in front of the camera, or maybe it's doing better with birds, could be. Also something to be aware of, I think there is no audio here recorded, no microphone built in, and also no speaker, no option to chase away squirrels or other unwanted guests. I think there's also no illumination for the night. I have been recording some night footage, but it was pitch dark. Then next tab here. Here I can see what I've been posting or what other people have been posting. You can like then and also see your likes on another page. For example, I've been posting this here and got already 18 views and 4 likes. Then here the overview of the AI identification. Live media means whatever I have been recording here in the live view with clicking on recording is here. I've just recorded this couple of minutes ago, so it has added this nicely. I have also recorded when it was raining, so definitely confirmation that it's waterproof. Then let's go back. Yeah, in a sudden we have only squirrels. Before I had some other tabs here, unidentified, and I think even a bird, something like that, that has been removed. I don't know why, but we can click on squirrel. And now also the squirrels are gone or have been coming back, but a little bit close here before I was deleting everything on the front page, I had a lot of squirrel footage here. I don't know why there's still 24. I mean, it still counts the visits. That could be a nice thing. Unfortunately, I didn't have any birds so far, or it hasn't identified birds. Usually we have a lot of birds here too, mainly squirrels, but still some northern cardinals and blue jays as well. They also like the peanuts. Maybe let's check later. Then we have the My page with the moments like regarding the online posting. When people have been liking your posts, following followers, then the birdhouse management. Here you can see that we have nice charging. Solar panel has been charging the battery really nicely. Now I think it's fully charged. And also the wireless connection is awesome with perfect 4 bars thanks to the dedicated transmitter. We can see the storage which is left. Here the option to subscribe to premium. Of course, you can also share the camera with other users directly, and then in the share list you can see your sharings, but of course you can also remove them with sliding to the left side and delete if you don't like that anymore. We can see our postings. When we click, we can see also what has been going on, or watch directly from here in case the live view is inactive, so the camera can save some battery. So you can see I can click here directly. Says camera is already activated, live page, and then we have the live view. We can make an image. We can also start recording directly from here, or click on identify if you see an animal here, or you can also make it full screen, something like that. So you can see the full quality of this. Sometimes there's some kind of flickering regarding the brightness. I don't know what it is. Usually it disappears after some time. Now stays a little bit longer, probably a software bug which they can fix easily. Now it has stopped. We can see, I would say, colors are nice, sharpness decent. We have a really wide view, so we can see everything here, what's going on. Of course, I wouldn't call it the best picture I've ever seen from a bird feeder, but it's good enough. So we can close this again here. By the way, the identification is only possible in the small view. Would have been nice also in the large view. And here we have the tab when other people have been sharing the bird feeder with us. Also a small other complaint that normal swiping operation is not possible here. When we swipe to the left side to go back, that would quit the app in total. So you have to start the app again. That's not only on this page, it's pretty much on every page. So the only thing to go back is with using these arrows here. And in the meantime, of course, the event center has been updated. That's cool that we can see that, but unfortunately we cannot click on anything here. I don't know why we have the overview when we can't click on anything. We can't do anything. We just have the overview. That really needs to be improved. Let's click again on these squirrels. Visitors haven't been updated. Also, the footage now is always very close. I don't understand why it's always so close. Old footage has been really much better. I don't know if it's the squirrel or the AI just capturing the wrong moments. Let's go back to the front. Yeah, now we have something you can see. So obviously it looks like it's filling up here this stack in the front, maybe 20 pictures, something like that. And when you realize that it's not updating these anymore, you have to really download to secure them. After that, delete them. So it really looks like it has been updating. Yeah, okay. But at least we have proof that we had a bird now. But when we go to the overview, no bird has been identified. Yeah, looks like identification is maybe not the very best. But in general, it's easy to use. For example, you can just download this, and then after that, we can share it directly from the phone to all the apps which you have, like normal SMS, WhatsApp, upload to pages, save it for you. I've closed the app to see if it's maybe updating some stuff now. So after reopening, I go here to the album and it has really now added some unidentified objects. So let's click here and now we have this bird, yeah, unidentified. yeah, again, a little bit disappointing. Squirrels, it's now updating the footage again. That's good, but really looks like sometimes we really have to close the app to get the updates. So it's definitely not perfect. We have some limitations. We don't have a microphone, we don't have a speaker, we don't have nighttime illumination. We have pretty much no settings, but on the other hand, it's really super easy to use, was easy to install, easy to connect, and you can't get lost in the settings because there are pretty much no settings available. Also for sure the most modern and most beautiful bird feeder, and with the acrylic it still fits perfectly, for example, to a tree or pretty much to wherever you have it. Huge advantage. So it could be still an awesome thing for you, especially if you don't have a lot of time to deal with tech problems. Maybe something for you, for your parents, grandparents, other friends. And so if you're interested, I'll put down the link to the Amazon listing down into the description so you can check it out and order one for you if you like. And I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments or want to share your own experience with this bird feeder, and just let us know down in the feedback area. I'm always happy to talk about these things, and if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.